Hello, and welcome to the Slumber Vault. I am so glad you have chosen to join me here tonight. This is your sanctuary, a place where the noise of the world fades away, replaced by a soft, comforting silence. Tonight, we are going to embark on a journey of deep clarity and peace. We will travel to a place where time moves slower, to an ancient temple hidden away in the winter hills of Kyoto. Here, we will perform a simple, beautiful ritual, a ritual of clearing the mind and welcoming the new day with a clean slate. So find a comfortable position. Let your shoulders drop. Unclench your jaw. Take a deep breath in, filling your lungs with calm, and exhale slowly, letting go of the day. You are safe, you are warm, and you are ready to rest. Let the darkness behind your eyelids begin to shift. Imagine the color blue. Not the bright blue of a summer sky, but a deep, rich indigo. The color of the ocean at its deepest point. It is the blue hour. That magical, suspended moment just before the sun rises, when the world is held in a breathless hush. You are standing on the wooden veranda of an ancient temple. It is high up in the mountains, far away from the busy cities, far away from the rush of traffic and crowds. Here, there is only the mountain, the trees, and the sky. The air is cold, wonderfully, crisply cold. It touches your cheeks with a refreshing coolness, like a splash of glacial water. It is the kind of pure winter air that feels clean to breathe. Every time you inhale, you smell the scent of the mountains, the sharp, resinous aroma of pine trees, the earthy smell of damp moss, and a faint, sweet trace of incense that has settled into the ancient timbers of the temple walls over hundreds of years. Though the air is cold, you are perfectly warm. You are wrapped in layers of thick, quilted cotton, a heavy indigo robe that hugs your body, trapping your heat against your skin. The fabric is soft and worn, familiar and comforting. You look down at your feet. You are wearing thick woolen socks, standing on the smooth, polished wood of the engawa, the veranda that wraps around the temple. The wood beneath you is dark, almost black, aged by centuries of weather and care. It feels solid and grounding. Before you lies the garden, the kare sansuri, the dry landscape. In this dim blue light, it looks like a glowing sea. It is a rectangular courtyard filled with millions of tiny white granite stones. Right now, the gravel is flat. It is a blank canvas, a field of white snow that hasn't fallen from the sky, but has been poured from the earth. Rising from this white sea are the islands, large, dark rocks anchored deep in the ground. They are heavy and silent. Patches of velvet green moss cling to the sides of these rocks, soft and fuzzy against the hard stone. The garden is completely still. Nothing moves. The only sound is the wind, high up in the tops of the bamboo grove nearby. Shh, shh. It is the sound of nature breathing. The bamboo stalks knock gently against each other, a hollow wooden tuck tuck that echoes softly in the quiet morning. You take a moment just to look, to appreciate the emptiness, the potential. This garden is a mirror for your mind. And right now, it is waiting for you to bring it order. Slowly, mindfully, you step down from the wooden veranda. You step onto a large, flat stepping stone placed in the gravel. It is cool and smooth under your feet. Resting against the temple wall is your tool, the rake. It is not a modern tool. It is made of heavy, solid wood darkened by oil and time. You reach out and take the handle. Your fingers wrap around the wood. It is smooth as silk, polished by the hands of all the monks who have stood here before you, morning after morning, for generations. You feel the weight of it in your hands. It is substantial, balanced. Holding it feels like holding a piece of history. You turn to face the sea of white gravel. The indigo sky is beginning to lighten, just a fraction. The silhouettes of the pine trees are becoming clearer against the horizon. You take a deep breath, filling your chest with that cold, pine-scented air. You hold it for a moment, appreciating the silence, appreciating the solitude. And then you exhale. A long, white cloud of mist leaves your lips and dissolves into the blue morning. You are ready. This is not a chore. This is a dance. This is a meditation. You loosen your grip on the rake, letting your hands stay soft and relaxed. You plant your feet firmly on the stone. The world is waiting. The garden is waiting. And in this quiet moment, before the sun has even thought about rising, you are the only person in the world who is awake. Just you, the silence, and the white stones. You are standing at the edge of the white sea. The rake is in your hands. Slowly, with great intention, you lift the head of the rake. You extend your arms, reaching out over the pristine, flat surface of the gravel. You lower the heavy wooden tool. You feel the exact moment the wooden tines make contact with the stones. There is a gentle clack. The teeth of the rake sink deep into the loose white pebbles, finding their grip in the earth. You pause here, anchored, connected to the ground. Take a breath in, and now you begin the first pull. You draw the rake back towards you, slowly, steadily. The sound is immediate and incredibly satisfying. It is a deep, textural crunch, a rich, grainy friction. Crunch. Shh. The sound seems to wrap around you, dampening the silence of the mountains. It is like the sound of a wave retreating from a shore, dragging millions of tiny pebbles with it. You walk backward, one slow step at a time. Your eyes are fixed on the gravel. As you pull, you watch the chaos of the loose stones transforming. Where there was once a flat, blank surface, now there are deep, perfect furrows, valleys and ridges, light and shadow. The wooden tines leave behind trails of absolute order. 4 parallel lines, perfectly straight, perfectly spaced. You reach the edge of the stepping stones. you stop. You lift the rake. The gravel falls away from the wood with a soft whisper. You move the rake over just a few inches. You align the first tooth of the rake with the last groove you just made. This is how you ensure continuity. Everything is connected. You lower the rake again, sink into the stones, and pull. Crunch. Shh. The rhythm begins to take hold of you. It is a slow, hypnotic loop. Lift, place, pull. Lift, place, pull. Your breathing naturally falls into sync with the movement. You inhale as you lift and place the rake, filling your lungs with the cold, pure air. You exhale as you pull the heavy wood through the stones, releasing the breath along with the gravel. Inhale, exhale, crunch. Shh. With every line you draw, you feel a little lighter. The repetition is a lullaby for your busy mind. You are not thinking about yesterday. You are not worrying about tomorrow. You are simply here, watching the lines appear, creating order out of nothing. You continue this way for a while, covering the open expanse of the garden. The sound of the stones becomes a white noise, a blanket of sound that makes your eyelids feel heavy and relaxed. But now you approach one of the islands. A large, dark rock rises from the gravel directly in your path. It is ancient, its surface covered in a soft velvet coat of emerald moss. This rock represents an obstacle, a challenge, a heavy thought that sits in the mind.
In the waking world, we often try to push obstacles away. We fight them. We try to move the unmovable. But here, in the garden, we do not fight. We flow. You stop your backward walk as you near the stone. You do not lift the rake. Instead, you change your grip. Softening your wrists, you begin to walk around the rock. You guide the rake in a gentle, curving arc. The sound changes slightly. It becomes softer, more fluid. Swish. You are drawing concentric circles around the stone. One ring, then another, then another. You watch the grooves curve beautifully around the rough edge of the rock. It looks exactly like water rippling in a pond when a pebble is dropped in. The gravel mimics the water. The rock remains still, but the world around it adapts. It flows. It embraces the stone and then continues on its way. It is a profound relief to realize you don't have to move the rock. You just have to find your flow around it. You finish the circle, pulling the rake smoothly back into a straight line as you leave the rock behind. The transition is seamless, from straight line to curve, back to straight line. You pause for a moment to look at what you have done. The faint gray light of the dawn is increasing just enough to show the texture of your work. The rock no longer looks isolated or stuck. Nestled in its rings of raked gravel, it looks supported. It looks like it belongs there. You take a deep, comforting breath. You imagine a worry you have been carrying, just a small knot of tension in your chest. Imagine that worry is a stone, and imagine your breath is the rake. Don't try to destroy the worry, just breathe around it, smooth out the edges, create space around it. You turn back to the work. There is still more garden to tend. You find your rhythm again, the soothing, repetitive crunch of the white granite.
Your muscles feel warm and loose. The motion is effortless now. Your body knows exactly what to do. Your mind begins to drift. You're floating in the space between the sound of the rake and the silence of the mountains. Each pull of the rake is wiping the slate clean. The messy footprints of the past are gone. The scattered leaves are gone. The uneven patches are smoothed over. There is only the pattern, the beautiful, simple, endless pattern. Row by row, breath by breath. You are weaving a tapestry of stone. The air around you seems to be getting stiller, if that is even possible. The birds are not yet awake. The wind in the bamboo has quieted down. It feels as though the whole world is holding its breath, watching you work, watching you bring peace to this small corner of the earth. You are nearing the final corner of the garden now. You look back over your shoulder. Where there was once a blank, flat brightness, there is now a textured masterpiece. Hundreds of lines running perfectly parallel. Graceful curves rippling around the mossy islands. It looks like a frozen ocean, a sea of white waves paused in time. It is incredibly soothing to look at. Your eyes follow the lines, traveling down the long, straight paths, swirling around the rocks and continuing on. There is no beginning and no end, just flow. You turn back to finish the last few feet. You are gentle. You are precise. You treat the gravel with reverence. Crunch, crunch. The sound is a heartbeat. Slow, steady, calm. You pull the rake all the way to the edge of the veranda. You lift it one last time. The final grains of white sand trickle down from the wood. Silence rushes back in to fill the space where the sound was. But this silence feels different. It feels heavier, deeper. It is the silence of completion. You stand there for a moment, letting the stillness settle into your bones. The rake rests by your side, its work finished. And then the moment arrives. Above the curved tiled roof of the temple wall, the sun begins to wake. It starts as a soft amber glow, a warmth that begins to bleed into the cool indigo sky. The blue fades gently, replaced by a wash of pale gold and soft apricot. Then, the first true ray of sunlight breaks over the horizon. It spills into the garden like liquid gold, and in an instant, the world before you transforms. The white gravel, which had been a flat, glowing sheet of snow, suddenly gains depth. It gains dimension. The low angle of the morning sun catches the ridges of the furrows you have just created. Every raised line of gravel catches the light, glowing bright white. Every valley between the lines falls into deep, sharp shadow. The garden is no longer a blank canvas. It is a vast, textured tapestry of light and dark, high contrast, beautifully defined.
The waves you raked into the stone seem to rise up. The ripples around the mossy rocks look as though they are actually moving, shimmering in the golden light. It looks like a frozen ocean caught in the very first breath of morning. You watch the shadows stretch long across the white sand. It is a sight of absolute perfection, absolute order.
From the branch of a winter camellia tree near the wall, a movement catches your eye. A single flower has bloomed in the cold, and now a single petal lets go. You watch it fall. It drifts down through the golden air, rocking back and forth, dancing slowly with gravity. It lands softly on the white waves of gravel. A single splash of crimson red against the world of black and white. It does not ruin the pattern, it completes it. It is a gentle reminder that even in perfect order, there is room for the softness of nature. You take a deep breath, inhaling the new light. You place the rake back in its resting spot against the wooden wall. You step back up onto the engawa. You step out of your shoes and back onto the smooth, dark wood of the veranda. Waiting for you there on a small wooden table is a round cushion, and next to it, a ceramic bowl. You lower yourself onto the cushion. The movement is slow and grateful. Your body feels pleasantly tired from the work, a good, heavy kind of tiredness. You reach out and wrap your hands around the ceramic bowl. It is handmade, rough and textured against your palms. But what you feel most is the heat. The bowl is filled with hot water and whisked matcha tea. The heat radiates through the clay walls of the cup, soaking instantly into your cold hands. It is a wonderful sensation. The warmth travels from your palms up your wrists and seems to spread through your entire body, melting away the last of the morning chill. You lift the bowl to your face. Steam rises in soft, curling ribbons. It touches your nose and cheeks with a gentle, moist warmth. You smell the tea. It smells like fresh grass, like deep, rich earth, a grounding, ancient scent. You take a sip. The tea's thick and frothy. It tastes bitter, but in a pleasant, cleansing way. It tastes green. It warms you from the inside out. You lower the bowl to your lap, cradling it like a treasure. You look out at your creation one last time. The sun is fully up now. The garden is bathed in clear, brilliant light. The lines are straight. The curves are smooth. The rocks are held safely in their ripples. You feel a profound sense of accomplishment wash over you. Not the frantic accomplishment of finishing a busy task list, but the quiet, deep satisfaction of creating beauty. You have brought order to chaos. You feel the connection between the garden and your mind. Just as you smoothed out the gravel, you have smoothed out your thoughts. Just as you raked around the rocks, you have made peace with your worries. The slate is wiped clean. The past year is a memory, drifting away like the steam from your tea. The new year is here. Pristine, bright, and waiting for you to walk through it. But for now, there is nowhere else you need to be. Nothing else you need to do. You just sit, holding the warmth,
watching the light, being one with the silence. You are perfectly clear. You are perfectly calm. The tea is finished. The warmth remains within you. You place the bowl down gently on the wooden floor. Your eyes are still resting on the garden, but your eyelids are beginning to feel heavy, so wonderfully heavy. The bright contrast of the white gravel and the dark shadows begins to soften. The sharp lines begin to blur. You allow your eyes to close. But even behind your closed eyelids, you can still see the pattern, those perfect parallel lines stretching out endlessly. The image is hypnotic. It is etched into your mind. You can still feel the rhythm of the work in your body, the gentle rocking motion, the sway of the rake. Your breathing naturally slows down to match that memory. Inhale, imagine lifting the rake. Exhale, imagine pulling it through the soft white sand. Inhale, gently lifting. Exhale, smoothing everything out. With every breath out, you are raking away any tension left in your body. You rake the tension from your shoulders, smooth and loose. You rake the tension from your back, flat and relaxed. You rake the tension from your legs, heavy and still.
You are becoming part of the garden. You are as still as the mossy rocks. You are as peaceful as the white gravel. And now, from far away in the valley, beyond the temple walls, you hear it. The temple bell. Boom. It is not a loud sound. It is deep, resonant, low and earthly. You feel the vibration of the bell more than you hear it. It travels through the mountain air. It passes through the wooden walls. It vibrates gently in the center of your chest. It is a sound that signals rest, a sound that says, "It is done." The vibration lingers for a long time, slowly fading, fading, fading into silence. And as the sound dissolves, you dissolve with it. You are drifting away from the veranda now. You are floating. Floating over the garden, floating over the white waves. The golden light of the morning is fading into a soft, comforting velvet darkness. You are safe here. You are cleansed. You are whole. The garden will stay here, perfect and still, waiting for you whenever you need it. But now, it is time to leave the waking world behind completely, drifting deeper and deeper into the quiet, into the peace, into the dreamless dark. Good night.